On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Saturday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning here to the name Saturday the day when some of you, the regular ones and ones, them out there traverse the church. So happy Sabbath to you all. But whilst doing so, my peeps, please remember On The Spot News Media's loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right now, so you know for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And to everyone else out there who is just going about your regular business from Moran Point to Negril Point, safe travel, pan the gravel, and continuously look out on the corner eye, cause what the old dirty corner boy them always out there. Alerts, yeah man. So in the morning, my peeps, so I kick it off with 2 international stories. Then of course we get into our local stories. Now, Sean Kingston, rapper, R&B singer, whatever you want to call him, was sentenced yesterday in Florida. And he has since been sentenced to 3.5 years for the $1 million fraud scheme in South Florida. So Sean Kingston, whose legal name is Keshawn Anderson, he and his mother, Janice Turner, were each convicted by a federal court judge in March of this year for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and also 4 counts of wire fraud. So the judge sentenced his mother to at least 5 years in prison. The same judge sentenced Sean Kingston to 3.5 years in prison. The same judge also stated that upon Sean Kingston release, it should follow a 3-year supervised release. So right now, my peeps, that when it comes on to Sean Kingston and his mother. Really sad, my peeps. I try to live above his means. Instead, I'm just going to find himself in a studio and just go and write some more hit songs. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is about one of my favorite artists, who is definitely not among the smarties, as Fully Duns, most definitely, is the order of the day. Now, we are talking about Jake and the Fat Man looking type of brother there. Squash. We are talking about Andre Whitaker. Now we all know say he's presently behind bars pending gun-related charges. Now the prosecutors in his matter is now seeking to include new video evidence. But Squash and his legal team is moving towards having the case dismissed. But make we see how that go. So on your screen is an image which appears to be the criminal element Squash. And this was provided by the federal prosecutors in the United States of America as a part of their bid to have new evidence entered into the case as it heads to a September 2nd trial. Now, in the image reportedly taken from Squash's phone, the criminal element can be seen holding a pink Glock pistol, the same pistol prosecutors alleged was seized during a traffic stop in Miami, Florida in February of this year. Now the specific firearm in question is presently on your screen. Now the legal battle between the criminal element Squash and the United States prosecutors is heating up, with the attorneys seeking to have the artist music and phone videos entered into evidence at the September 2nd trial. But Squash, as I stated earlier, Andre Whitaker and his legal team is seeking to have the court disregard several matters. Now Squash has until August 26 to enter a plea deal. And with the slew of legal filings from both prosecutions and defense attorneys, starting on August 8, it appears the showdown of Whitaker against the United States of America could get underway on the September 2nd trial. Yeah, man. So watch your snow, my peeps. As we all know, Squash was arrested following a traffic stop in Miami, Florida in February of this year and is now before the federal court for charges of being an alien in possession of a firearm and unlawful possession of a machine gun. So even though it was a Glock pistol, he's charged with it as a machine gun because him put in the Glock chip in it. Hence the reason why them always a sing about chip Glock, because the chip that is placed in the firearm allows the firearm to fire on full auto, which is illegal in the state of Florida. So the federal prosecutors have now asked the court to include videos obtained from Squash's phone as evidence. They alleged that the video not only shows Squash in possession of one of the guns seized during the traffic stop, which is a pink Glock pistol, but it also shows fool artists firing the weapon. They are not stopping there. The feds also alleged that there are other videos, incriminating videos and images and texts in Squash phone, which demonstrate he has been in possession of other guns also. So the prosecutors have included images to support their submission. So one of the images them here presently on your screen, a big head Squash that with a fire stick in him hand, I bust it, I go clam. Yeah, man. Now the feds are now stating that they are also in possession of text messages of Squash telling an associate to bring him a matic, which they deduce as shorthand for an automatic weapon. So the US prosecutors are also asking the court to allow them to use the lyrics and images from Squash's music video for his hit song Showboat. So now see where all of these things you know I go come back to haunt him. Trust and believe in my peeps. You say if the court allow these evidence, trust and believe. I hate that for Squash. Straight down a boneyard. Now, in a video, prosecutors say that the artist is surrounded by people holding firearms. They stated that Squash himself is seen holding a gun. It is also stating that he was singing the lyrics referring to a chip Glock, which of course they deduce is a device used to modify a handgun which makes it fire automatically. So it's argued that many of Squash's songs also repeatedly made reference to an entity called the Six. Yeah, man. So prosecutors says that law enforcement knows Six to be a transnational criminal organization, or in other words, a gang with Squash as one of its leaders. So now my peeps, Squash attorney have filed a motion seeking to have the entire matter dismissed. His attorney is also seeking to have all evidence and statements suppressed, arguing that they were all obtained from an illegal search. Now, under normal circumstances, that sentiment could have possibly hold water in the courts. But under this new Trump administration, me no feel so. With that man down in Florida there as the governor, I could see how it go work still. But in all fairness, I doubt this go work in a Squash favor. Not saying that it will not, but I highly doubt it will work in his favor. So now my peeps, I go outline and break down the plans of Squash attorney as they prepare for the September 2nd trial. So his attorney is stating that they are planning to have Zidane Prescott, that's the criminal element that was arrested along with Squash, to testify that he did not commit any traffic violations before the arrest. Now, if the defense has its way, the prosecution will not be able to refer to their client as Squash in open court. His attorneys representing him are now arguing that the aliases Squash or Six Boss carry a potential of prejudicing their client. Now, it's funny because this man here refer to himself as that. Now his attorneys is seeking for the court not to allow the prosecutors to refer to him as he refers to himself. Now, in addition, Squash's attorneys are asking the court to basically have the prosecutors not to refer to their client as the leader of the Six or the G-City gang. Because according to the defense, Squash denies any allegation that he is a member or a leader of a gang. They stated that the use of the term Six in Squash's music is in reference to a dancer label that he operates. Now, you remember when time the double fatal knockings and clappings go on down a ladder hill there so, involving J-Man. That J-Man they are prison for right now. Well, him they are jail panda case there right now. Now, Squash lawyers are also asking the court to preclude evidence from discovery taken from an interview in which a prior knockings and clappings took place were discussed. So them a talk about the interview where Squash come out and did a talk about it with the whole of him hand swell up, and many did a question how the artist hand swell up. Now, the documents did not specify the details of the knockings and clappings, but Squash's attorney argued that the interview should have no bearing since their client was never charged in the incident. So they are also asking the court to totally disregard, this one is laughable, they're asking the court to totally disregard evidence of Jamaica referring to Squash as a known criminal element. They call that the evidence in question is strictly hearsay and say it will cause the entertainer to be denied the right to face his accuser. Now, Squash's attorney had until Thursday to make their filings, and they made their submissions Thursday evening, but it is unclear when the court will make its ruling. Now, I'm pretty sure that the ruling will come in short order because he have until the 26th to enter a plea deal, either the 26th or the 28th. And if not, the matter goes to trial on the 2nd of September. So on the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping close tabs on this one and update you subsequently. Yeah, man. Boy, may I tell you, let's go back to the local stories. Now, the first thing that we are going to talk about is an update. An update surrounding last week, Saturday, fatal knockings and clappings of the spouse of the policeman and the serious injuries which later caused the life of the child. and the fact that the policeman is still in a critical condition in the hospital. Now, the female who was implicated in that particular matter was caught by the police at a guest house in Hanover. Now, the police have made a press release stating that members of the notorious St. James Base KDF gang, that's the Ketan Defense Force gang, were contracted for $100,000 to take out the policeman and members of his family. Really sad. Now this just goes to show the price that them put on people's life, the scant regard that they have for life. $100,000 to take the life of a police officer and his family members. Now the probe is continuing and the police are awaiting scientific analysis. However, as I stated earlier, they provided the public with an update on the matter yesterday evening that $100,000 the woman paid the criminal element them to slap with the squaddy. Boy, may I tell you my peeps, the thing rough. So the police high command said that it bemoaned the fact that little value is placed on human life by criminal elements, as that little sum, that measly little sum that some people are willing to take to eliminate an entire family is really sick and twisted. Then I saw them Top Gun man ya hungry. 100 grand. Boy, may I tell you. So the police are now stating that formal charges will most definitely be laid on the female, Traffiricia Malcolm, who was caught by them on Wednesday, I think, over there in Burnt Ground in a guest house in Hanover. Now, 3 criminal elements end up losing 3 pints for the knockings and clappings there. Orlando Thomas, otherwise known as Ninja, he was fatally taken out by the police in Salt Spring on Wednesday. And of course, Little Zul, who was taken out in the Shooters Hill community by the police on Tuesday. And of course, Lindell Gray, otherwise known as Frass or Sassafras, who was taken out during an alleged confrontation with the police in Anchovy in Mobay St. James. I wonder if an alleged confrontation couldn't go on over there at the guest house in Hanover too, but I guess it is what it is. As I stated in recent vlogs, females are more emotional and easier to break. And as the police them run in upon her, she just start sing. Yeah man, she just start Lego like a old fridge, can't keep nothing. Yeah man. So I guess I could just go and wait to hear what her confession statement would have clearly stated. Boy, may I tell you my peeps, the thing rough, but anyway, make we continue. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is an update surrounding a fatal knockings and clappings that took place in Darliston in Westmoreland, where a criminal element identified as Sean Burt, 31 years old, was taken out by the police in Darliston, Westmoreland. Now the JCF is now stating that the operations were initiated after investigators uncovered a plot to smuggle weapons and ammunition into the island through the ports. So acting on the intelligence, the police intercepted a man believed to be linked to the illicit trade we are talking about, Sean Burt. Now, according to the police, the man opened gunfire during the interception and the lawmen returned the fire. He was injured in the exchange and taken to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what. So the operation in question resulted in the recovery of 1 assault rifle, 2 pistols, and more than 1,100 assorted rounds of ammunition. And during follow-up operations, additional items to include electronic devices and documents were seized by the police that will most definitely undergo forensic analysis. The JCF says investigators are pursuing strong leads both locally and overseas as the probe continues. Now on the Spot News Media have a little bit of information for squeeze on the JCF. Now the person who ship the barrel to Sean Burt has since been identified as Kirk Wright. We not talk about the journalist, you know. So don't get the thing twisted. We are talking about Kirk Wright, where they are Farin, we ship the barrel to Montego Bay Wharf. And it is also believed that what had taken place, how the police them end up get for slap with Sean Burt, is that the police them discover the weapons at the wharf after they were informed by the customs there. So what the police them do now, because the barrel was supposed to ship straight to the address, the police them decide say them are going to take on that job they now and make themselves into the delivery personnels and pop up at the yard like a bread out a toaster with the barrel and deliver some can to Sean Burt instead. Yeah, man. So I saw Sean Burt end up get for lose 3 pints. Now, a whole heap of things are going to come out of this because you, Kirk Wright, you will be caught. Yeah, man. So right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about, you know, my peeps. Really, really sad. But it's a known fact that you have corrupt policemen and women in the force. And many a times you hear us come on this platform and other platforms to state that a lot of criminal elements are staying behind bars, whether it is in the prisons or in the jails, the local lockups, and ordering hits on the regular members of Chan Public out there. Now, these cell phones never walk in the hands of the prisoners in jail. Policemen and women are the ones who are doing it. Now, reports reaching on the Spot News Media is that police have locked up one of them own at the Hunts Bay Police lockup in St. Andrew yesterday. Now, reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 8:40 p.m. on Thursday, so a Thursday night it happened, and them hold on upon him, but he was charged Friday, we get to understand. So the police officer in question is said to be 22 years old, and he was working the 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. shift at the lockup. He was held with vegetable matter resembling ganja. He also reportedly had 2 mobile chargers, 1 cellular phone, 1 bag containing tobacco, ganja wrapping paper, Nupulus lightning gel, 1 packet of bio brightening gel, and a bottle of white rum and other contraband. So as sumo sitting, the police are carrying around a lockup figure give all dirty kind of boy. Boy, may I tell you, him smart because right now since him and them is such of good friends, I hope them put him same place in the said cell where him did I go carry them thing they go. To make him get a good feel of what it is like to be locked away with hardened criminal elements. Boy, may I tell you, we're just glad that he was found because them cell phone there behind bars, may I tell you my peeps, I take a whole heap of people life in our streets. So as me always say, right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in a subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.